Children, just now you had seen how the shadow is formed. Shadow is formed when the source of light is falling on the opaque object. At that time, the light cannot pass through it, and that's why the dark image is formed behind the object, that is called as the shadow of that object. Okay? But children, herein we have to compare the different shadows that are formed. Okay? In different cases, the different types of shadows are formed. See here, three pictures I had shown to you. The shadow of the object which is formed, generally it is formed means on all the time if the screen is a opaque one. Okay. Herein the boy is too much away in the first case, standing away from the man. So the shadow of the man is, children, see the page number 101. It is just nearer to the, you are finding it is nearer, somewhat bigger in size. In the second case, you observe it when the boy is standing nearer to the object. At that time a long shadow is formed. Okay, a long shadow is formed than the first one. In the third case, you observe that a boy is standing on a height. He is standing on the table on the height, and he is focusing the torch from the top. At that time, again smaller shadow is formed. Okay, very small shadow is formed. So it depends upon the source of light, the direction of the source of light which is falling on the object. You can come to know that formation of shadow in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening also. The shadow of an object is formed when light does not pass through the object. This is a very important concept. A shadow will be formed only when the light does not pass through the object. The kind of shadow it forms depends upon the relative distances between the source of light, the object, and the surface or the screen on which the shadow is formed. Just now we had seen the kind of shadow formed if the source of light is away from the object, if the source of light is nearer to the object. In the third case, the source of light is from the top. Different types of shadows you are able to see here. Okay, children, the shadow of an object is formed due to the sunlight is long in the morning and evening and short in the afternoon. Children, you can perform this experiment in your home also. Just stand outside and observe your shadow. Okay, in the morning, afternoon, and in the evening. You will find some differences. In the afternoon, when the sun is overhead, at that time our shadow will be very small. A time may come at noon when sun is completely overhead. You will not able to see your shadow. Does you mean that shadow is not formed? Shadow is formed, but it is below your leg. That's why you cannot see it. The object, this change in the shadow depends on the source of light, the object, and also on the surface on which the shadow is formed. This is all about, children, the formation of shadow. Children, you may have visited the Sundial, Jantar Mantar in New Delhi, in what is that here? Pink City, that is the Jaipur. Therein we have a sundial. But before sundial, I wish to tell you that your grandparents, as the watch was not there, how they were able to know the timing. That chirping of the birds in the morning and that sound made by that cock was helping them to get up early in the morning. Okay, children? That sound was making sound in the cock was making sound in the morning. Then birds were chirping in the morning, and that was helping these people to get up. And another thing was that These people were regularly observing the shadow of a particular tree or the shadow which is coming in their courtyard. They were observing, and accordingly they were able to tell the time what it is. It was not exact one, but they were able to tell somewhat the proper time. Okay. By taking the help of that, a sundial, an instrument, was made to indicate the time with the help of the extent and the direction of the shadow of an object formed in sunlight. So shadow is formed, that when sunlight is there, okay, object is there, and a opaque screen is there. So sundial is made by using all these things, and just by placing the stick parallel to the axis of the earth and noting the position of the shadow, the dial was made, that is called as a sundial. The largest sundial is seen at Jantar Mantar in New Delhi. Okay, in New Delhi, see here, it is shown a stick which is horizontal to the earth, and after that you are able to see that its shadow falls, and accordingly the time is written. When you visit that Jantar Mantar, whenever you will visit to that Jantar Mantar, observe it, timing is written and the shadow is to that place only. Okay, so in this way it can be made. And children, were again important information. The observe this scientist C.V. Raman. C.V. Raman was a very important scientist in the history of science because of his great work. The 28th February is considered as a National Science Day. Okay. So what he did on 28th February? He performed different experiment and explained the scattering of light, how the light scatters. Okay, scattering of light was explained by this scientist, and for that he got a Nobel Prize, and that's why this day is celebrated as National Science Day. Who is this scientist? C.V. Raman, Indian scientist. Okay, children. So, next thing is that as he studied the Raman effect, what are the different ways in which the light gets scattered? Very simple thing you may observe here. Come to the page number 102. Okay, 102 last. The CD that you have, when you are observing it in the sun, you will observe that it shows the 7 colors. Okay, or a glass which is filled with water, if you are keeping it in the sunlight, you will observe that it shows different colors. Okay, so these colors, from where it is coming? So that is nothing but it is a Raman effect, scattering of light. The white light that we are finding, it is not white, it has the 7 colors. Light is made up of 7 colors. So these 7 rays, when they are scattering, we say that it is the splitting of light or the scattering of light. We can see this light. Okay, see here the experiment is shown. Soap water, you may have played with it. A soap water, and what is that? A small tube. When you are putting it in the water and blowing through that pipe, at that time you find that the bubbles which are coming, they are only colorful. It contains the 7 color. Okay, prism. Prism also, if you are holding it in the sunlight, it has 7 different colors. If possible, I will show you the experiment. Otherwise, next year definitely you will able to see these experiments. Okay, children. So this is about the scattering of light, and this scattered light also can be diffused. See here, you can do this activity in home. Take a small cardboard, divide it into 7 equal parts, and paint it in different colors. Okay, this is called as a Newton's disc. And rotate this disc very fast. You will not able to see all the 7 colors. You will see only the white colored disc. Means this all the 7 colors get diffused together, and we find the white color only. So this experiment was done first by the scientist Newton, and that's why it is said to be the Newton's disc. Who is that scientist? Sir Isaac Newton made a special disc which is having the 7 colors. Which 7 colors? Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and the violet. So you can also do it. Make that disc and move it very fast. Rotate it very fast. You will find that all these 7 color merges together, and you find the white color only. That is nothing but the fusion of light. Okay, it means the scattering of light is also there. Whatever the white light you are finding sunlight, it is not white. It is of made up of 7 color, and this 7 color can be merged into one white color. Children, this is all about this lesson. Now I will give you the exercise also. Okay.